The Chicago Bears assigned XFL legend PJ Walker, the quarterback, to a 2-year deal worth a maximum of $5 million. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears free agency update video, which I'll be doing anytime the Chicago Bears sign a free agent. Seems like Ryan Poles always signs somebody after 9 p.m. The last 2 days now, it's been a signing after 9 p.m. The last 3 days, actually. Okay, DeMarcus Walker 2 days ago. Travis Homer yesterday, the running back. And tonight, PJ Walker after 9 p.m. Okay, Ryan Poles clearly is a nocturnal person. He loves doing his work at night, and we made another signing at night, and it's a pretty decent signing. Okay, it's a better, I would say, backup quarterback, or at least a better fit in the system at quarterback, okay, as a backup than a Trevor Siemian or than a Nathan Peterman were, okay, because Peterman and Siemian had very different playing styles than a Justin Fields. Both of them were not very athletic or very mobile. Even though Justin Fields in college, he was a pocket passer, but so far in the NFL, we've had Justin Fields be more of a mobile dual threat quarterback, partly out of necessity because we couldn't really get a passing game going with him last year with how bad the weapons were and with how bad the offensive line was. So now that Justin Fields already has gotten used to, kind of being a dual threat quarterback, we will still keep the mobility of him as a part of this offense. Probably not as much next year, I would hope, as it was last year, but still the mobility is going to be a factor. So why not get a better, more mobile, athletic quarterback like a PJ Walker as a backup? Okay, a lot of Bears fans actually had drafted a quarterback in rounds 5, 6, or 7 to be the new backup quarterback behind Justin Fields because Siemian and Peterman did not inspire any confidence whatsoever. So it didn't make sense to get a better backup quarterback. I thought it'd probably come through the NFL draft, but I'm totally okay with signing one too on a pretty cheap deal, a max of $5 million. So it's not going to break the bank. Obviously, I'm assuming they might cut Trevor Siemian now. Maybe not. Maybe they keep him and, have 3 quarterbacks on the roster and, PJ Walker or Siemian. One of them is going to be on practice squad. I'm assuming Nathan Peterman now is completely done with the Chicago Bears. I mean, obviously he sucks. He's not good enough to be in the NFL. So Walker was an XFL legend. If you guys remember, right before COVID started, the XFL, the inaugural season, when they started after I don't know how many years, during that season, which only lasted 5 games, PJ Walker went 5-0 as a starter and performed really, really well, where he got noticed by scouts from the Carolina Panthers and then got signed to be the Carolina Panthers backup quarterback and eventually had some opportunities to start for them as well, sparingly. Obviously not too much, but did pretty decently as a backup. Let's talk more about what he's going to bring to the Chicago Bears as a backup quarterback. So PJ Walker is 5'11", weighs 216 pounds, and he's a pretty athletic dude. He hasn't ran too much in the NFL. He hasn't run too much when he's actually started, only sparingly here and there when he absolutely has to. So he's still classify him as a, as a pocket passer for the most part, right? But when he does have to move, he does have the athleticism, the speed to his game. And he does have a pretty phenomenal arm too, okay? Pretty decent arm strength, as you guys saw with the Panthers last year. He actually completed a Hail Mary to DJ Moore, our new receiver, our new wide receiver number 1. He completed a 60, 70-yard pass for what should have been the game-winning touchdown. DJ Moore took his helmet off, though, and we're not going to talk about what happened after that. They missed the extra point, obviously, but that was a phenomenal display of accuracy by PJ Walker, okay? Right on the money to DJ Moore, his receiver. And he already has some type of chemistry now with DJ Moore, our receiver number 1, so that obviously helps as well. You already have a guy in here that has some, reps with him in practice, that's already started some games with this receiver. So that connection that we're bringing to Chicago is pretty cool. Obviously, we hope that PJ Walker never has to play because we want Justin Fields to be, the quarterback for the entire season. But injuries happen, and, having a guy in here that already has the chemistry with that receiver number 1, that is pretty cool, and already has a good deep ball too. That's pretty important too, because obviously Justin Fields, the best part of his game is his deep ball. So a lot of the plays that the Bears run, it's based off of hitting those deep shots down the field. Now last year we couldn't really buy the time for Fields to get many of them off, but hopefully the offensive line is going to be better next year, and a guy like PJ Walker can succeed behind the offensive line too, throwing bombs down the field. And looking at his stats, guys, so in the XFL, obviously, like I mentioned, he led the XFL in touchdowns, yards per game, and basically every stat out there. So, won all the games in the XFL, clearly showed that he did not belong in the XFL. He belonged in the NFL as a backup. And so far, he's only gotten 7 starting opportunities with the Carolina Panthers. He's won 4 games, lost 3 of them. If you look at his stats, so in 2020, he only started 1 game, had 368 passing yards and 1 passing touchdown, but 5 interceptions. Not good. Obviously, turned the ball over way too much. The following year, only started 1 game, 362 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, a lot of interceptions though. So, Again, that's not very good. But some of those interceptions did come in garbage time. You can see he played more games than he started. So he came in, at the end of a game or whatever, and trying to make a play happen. He threw some picks that way. So not all of the picks were solely on him, being bad from the beginning of the game. And then last year, if you look at his quarterback record, 2-3. He did start 5 games. He had 731 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and definitely his best year as a quarterback in the NFL. Now, obviously, he's not going to be a star quarterback for you, okay? You hope, again, that he never has to play because we want Justin Fields to be that star franchise quarterback for us. But if Fields ever gets hurt, if PJ Walker does have to play an extended period of time at any point in the next 2 years, you hope that he just can be good enough to win the Chicago Bears some football games, because we're not tanking anymore, guys. Like, now we're actually going to be trying to win football games in the future and this year too. And if you do have an injury to your quarterback, you hope that PJ Walker can be good enough to fill in and just win us some games with hopefully a better team around him. And I think that, fitting the system, he definitely does it much better than a Trevor Siemian or a Nathan Peterman. He's also much better in talent than a Nathan Peterman, maybe similar to Trevor Siemian, because Trevor Siemian also has, pretty decent stats, I would say. But both Siemian and Walker, you don't really want them to be your long-term starter. But I think that PJ Walker does have more maybe high upside traits that, if the Chicago Bears can develop those while he's being the backup behind Fields, if he ever has to start, maybe he could be even better than what he's already been so far in the NFL. He's only 28 years old, so still not really old. Like, you saw Geno Smith break out in, I don't know, age 32, age 33. Like, Geno was super old when he broke out, as a starting quarterback. And I'm not saying that PJ Walker is going to be the starting quarterback ever for any team, but I think he's pretty nice to have as a backup on the Chicago Bears. So let me know what you guys think about the signing down below in the comments. Do you think that PJ Walker is going to be the primary backup behind Justin Fields, or do you think that Trevor Siemian is still going to be the primary backup and PJ Walker is going to be, third string on practice squad, okay? Because that could still be a possibility, because he's not getting paid that much money at all. But in my opinion, I think this is a better primary backup behind Justin Fields, because he does fit the system more. He's more similar to Justin Fields, and he, maybe he has more upside than a Trevor Siemian did. So pretty decent signing. We'll see what else Ryan Poles has in store for us the rest of the week. The week is almost over now. It's going to be Thursday tomorrow. Free agency started officially today, okay? So all the moves the Bears already made, they became official today, assuming everybody passed their physical, which I think they did. So DJ Moore is officially a Bear. All the other guys we signed are officially Bears. I hope the Bears make more signings though, because we still have a lot of cap space left. I believe like $43 million to spend, and we, there's still guys out there on the D line now, especially. I think all the O line guys, a lot of them are gone now. Orlando Brown is gone. Caleb McGarry is gone. So looks like Poles didn't want to go big after any of the right tackles. Maybe, targeting the NFL draft for that, which, maybe I don't disagree with completely, because there are some pretty good options in the NFL draft. Now, maybe it would have been nice to have a proven sure thing on the right side. So we'll see if it turns out to be the right decision when the season starts, but hopefully he knows what he's doing. Let me know what you guys think about this signing in the comments down below, and what other signings do you guys want to see tomorrow and in the days beyond. As always, bear down.